It is a problem plaguing New Mexico communities, and as KRQE News 13 investigative reporter Gabrielle Burkhart uncovers, in some cases, one of the deadliest drugs on the streets is being paid for with government funds. So what happens when federal aid is being used to feed a fentanyl addiction?
There's a dark corner, it seems, in even the quiet, quaint communities of rural New Mexico. The same problems you'll find in big cities, smaller agencies are grappling with in their hometowns.
The biggest crime we face is pretty much the same as every other community right now. It surrounds the drug market.
Sierra County Sheriff Joshua Baker's deputies recently pieced together a case revealing government-issued EBT cards or SNAP benefits being used as currency in the drug market.
This case started with the unfortunate overdose death of one of our Sierra County residents.
A 26-year-old father, investigators say, died from an accidental fentanyl overdose this summer. His death investigation led deputies here.
Mr. Armstrong, do you have any idea why we would even be here?
Drugs.
The home of 63-year-old John Charles Armstrong near Truth or Consequences.
Just got hooked on them damn blue pills and I can't get rid of them.
Fentanyl pills, the highly addictive and cheap drug flowing in from Mexico, a major driver in overdose deaths over the last 6 years.
I just tell them to help people that are sick too. I don't buy them to sell them. I don't make money off of them.
Armstrong admits he got hooked after his mom died.
She just went downhill from there. So did I.
John, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you just fell in the wrong crowd.
Investigators couldn't link him to anyone's death, but inside his home, deputies found meth, fentanyl, and text messages with people Armstrong sold fentanyl to, claiming to help people he knew were sick with withdrawals.
It's way worse than heroin was, and it's way worse than the other drugs that we've encountered. So it makes them very physically ill, and that drives the market.
In this exchange, 36-year-old Robert Iverson asks Armstrong if he'd take $500 in food stamps for 100 worth of BS, slang for beans or fentanyl pills. I'm thinking, please hold, Armstrong replies. Iverson ups the offer to $700 worth. 2-for-1 food stamps, Armstrong says, and the two agree on a deal. Iverson's food stamps for 50 fentanyl pills.
He's essentially paying like twice the going rate, right?
Yes, ma'am. We find that to be a common trend because the inconvenience of having to go and utilize the EBT card, they charge double, sometimes even triple what the going street rate would be in cash.
Sheriff Baker says this happens more often than they can end up proving in court.
But since Armstrong had just recently handed over the fentanyl pills in exchange for food stamps, deputies were able to track the EBT transactions to 2 stores in town, including a Dollar General, where the surveillance video still existed.
Camera recording started.
Inside those stores,
yeah, that's a purchase. Can't go back.
a deputy confirms the timestamp of Iverson's EBT transactions, seeing Armstrong use it to buy himself groceries.
And then pays cash for the cigarettes.
Armstrong was charged with 2 counts of felony drug trafficking. Iverson booked on unlawful dealing in federal food coupons, a misdemeanor. Before he was caught selling his family's food stamps, Iverson asked his drug dealer if he could come grab his EBT card since he needed milk and drinks. Investigators noting in their report that Iverson has 2 kids.
That's very heartbreaking to hear because we would never want that to be done with the benefits that we're providing.
Nikki Kozlowski is with New Mexico's Healthcare Authority, the department that manages federally funded SNAP benefits.
It is not something that's widespread based upon all of our fraud indications.
Indicators like multiple PIN changes, large purchases, or using SNAP out of state will raise a flag in the system, but SNAP users are not required to show ID for purchases, partly to allow family members and caregivers to shop for others.
The current guardrails are working, however, we understand that we can do more.
Using mobile wallets or tap to pay is one potential safeguard.
It'll be in your phone and you really won't be able to give it to someone else.
New Mexico provides provide SNAP benefits to about 460,000 people, roughly 21% of the state's population, a need she says most families use as intended. But for those desperate enough to trade food stamps for drugs.
Would you be surprised if someone overdosed on what you gave them?
I would. I'd be very surprised.
Sheriff Baker says the system isn't built to stop them.
What would help you?
More severe penalties for a lesser dollar amount. Not so much to put these people in prison, so to speak, but then we can get that court-ordered rehab and treatment and try to correct what's causing the problem in the beginning, which is the drug addiction.
Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE investigates.
Armstrong is currently out of jail awaiting trial for drug trafficking. Robert Iverson, the man who traded his family's SNAP benefits for fentanyl, was convicted last month of unlawful dealing in federal food coupons, fined $1,000 and sentenced to probation.